I always was in a church. I was saved as a child and then backslid in my teens and then was married and had Terry, and we had a pastor, Reverend Martin, who used to come and pick her up when she was about 2 years old. I'd dress her real quick and put her out in the front porch so we could get her, And for years it went on like that, and then finally different pastors called on us and we started going for Sunday school and then going for church and ended up going to Peru to a revival and got back to the Lord at that time. That was 51 years ago.
Same here. Our daughter went to church, and I once in a while went down and picked her up. I could hear her singing outside. I was raised in church, but not a holiness church, and so the pastor and his wife started calling on us, and eventually we started going to church and Sunday school.
And Tuesday night was calling night, so we conveniently went somewhere else on Tuesday night. We learned all the tricks of the trade.
But to me, the Nazarene church is the love of the people that's in the church. And that's where they get that from God. But their love, their output to us when we started going to church is what church is all about to me.
I think to me it was just that feeling of family. I mean, the first time we went, we were just one of them. And that was important to me at that particular time, that I be a part of a family like that. And then as I got into doing different things in church, as we all do, and I had the young adult class, that was a very special time in my life. Those kids were so hungry and so eager to serve God, and they learned to pray for each other like you never heard kids pray for each other. And to this day, I still call my kids, and as Dan Snyder says, "Surely I'm over 60 years old." And I said, "Yeah, but you're still my kid." So it just was a very important time for me. It's when we moved from our Hill Street church down to the church on Stitt Street. And we had worked so hard to be able to buy that building. And when the Sunday we left, there was probably 120 of us there. And the pastor's wife, she took the ones who were like Mr. Neal, who couldn't walk, and Mrs. Higley, and different ones who couldn't walk down. The person came back, and then we all marched down to the church, and we sang the song, "Praise God from whom all blessings flow." All the way down there, we sang that, and we thought it was so neat because the police stopped the traffic on Wabash Street, so we could all cross 120. That was, you could just feel God the whole way down there. It was wonderful.
One of the most special times for me was after we moved into the church on Hill Street, Stitt Street. Was we had a group of singers in, 4 or 5 singers in that Sunday, and we had an altar call, and just a wave of people would go to the altar, no more get back to the seat, and their wave, the Spirit was really in our church.
At least 10 times that altar just was loaded.
And it was a real blessing Sunday. We've never seen it like since.
And we come to find out at the close of the service, they stood up and they said, they was telling their names, and they were all from a Pentecostal church, which we did. And they said, "This is the best service we've ever been in our life." And it was really a tremendous Sunday.
Special day in our lives.
Special Sunday. I've been thinking about this all day long, and like I just said, going down to that other church was such a blessing. And I know now, as we're getting ready to pay off the church and to start into a new building project, it's fun and exciting, and kudos to Pastor Kirk because he got us out of bed, which I thought was a miracle. But when we come to the end of it, that isn't really what counts. It's when we stand before God as a church and He says, "Well done, thy good and faithful servant." That's what I'm waiting for.
Well, I think our church should keep moving forward and try to win others to Christ. And we're going to have to do our part to get people to come to our church and just love them.